Hello everyone, Ismail is here. Today we're going to learn about how we can solve nonlinear systems. 9.5. Okay, so this lesson is easy, but you need just to focus on some stuff. Okay, you can find all the lessons on my website at faramath.com. Now, first, about solving nonlinear system. Nonlinear system means when I have a quadratic, a quadratic is a nonlinear functions, which means it's not a straight line. Okay? And in this lesson, we are going to learn if I have a quadratic functions intersect with a straight line. So these intersections will be my solutions. Okay? So these are will be my solution. This is what we are going to learn in this lesson. Now, graph the following together. First, we have quadratic functions. We have this one is a straight line, this is a straight line, this is a straight line. And you know that when x is square, this is a parabola. So it should go look like this. And if it's only x, so this one is look like only a straight line. Okay, just keep it in your mind. Now, let's start graph this one. And if you look to this equation, this one is a parabola because it's x squared. Okay, now let's graph this. So now the standard form we learned about to graph the standard form. First, I need to find h, okay, and h which is negative b over 2a. So b is equal what? B is equal negative 2. So now negative with negative 2 over 2 times a is what? A is 1. So 2 times 1. So negative, negative, it should be 2 over 2. So now h is equal 2. Sorry, h is equal 1. So now this is h. Okay, now let's find k. To find k, we need to use the function. Okay, so now we use the function, this one here. Okay, we use this one and we replace each x with 1. So we replace each x. Okay, so we replace each x with 1. So now if I need to replace, so it will be 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 2. Now let's simplify this. So 1 squared is equal 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Then negative 2. Now negative 2 with negative 2, negative 4 plus 1 is equal negative 3. So now this one is h. Okay? Now let's make the tables. We know that our tables x and y. Okay? Now in the middle should be h and k. Pick 2 points greater than, pick 2 points, this 0, negative 1, 2, and 3. Now replace the 0 in the function. Okay, so let's replace 0 in the function and we will get, okay, 0 squared negative 2 times 0 minus 2. So this part is equal 0. This part is equal 0. So the answer is what? Negative 2. Now let's replace negative 1. So negative 1 to the power of 2 minus 2 times negative 1. Okay, minus 2. So this part is equal, sorry, negative 1 squared is equal 1. Okay. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Negative 2. So 1 plus 2 is equal 3. 3 minus 2 is equal 1. Okay. So now here should be negative 2. It should be 1. Now let's graph our parabola. So the middle of parabola is 1, negative 3. So 1 here, negative 3 should be somewhere here. Then we have 2 minus 2, 2, 2x minus 2y here. Okay, and the other one is 0, negative 2. Then we have 3 and 1. Then I have negative 1 and 1. So now this one should be my parabola. So my parabola should goes like this. Okay, now I graphed my parabola. Now let's start to graph the other linear functions. Do you know, remember how we can graph the linear functions? Yes, to graph the linear functions, first we need we need to find, number one, we need to find the slope, okay? Or let's say it's not a slope. First, let's find the y-intercept, okay? Now, let's first y-intercept, okay? Then, number two, we find the slope, which is rise over run, okay? Rise over run. Now, perfect. So, and we know that the formula is y equal mx plus b. B is the y-intercept, okay? M is my slope, okay? Rise over 1. And if I don't have, so always is to the power over, sorry, 1. Now, in the first formula here, the y-intercept is equal what? Is equal negative 2. So negative 2. So that's the y-step. Now let's find the slope, rise over run. Okay, rise over run. So it should be here negative x. Negative x means what? Negative x is means negative 1. So now rise is negative 1. And I don't have denominator, so always over 1. Now when you need to start draw, okay, first let me change the color, let me do this one, the blue one. So first always start from y negative 2. So where is y? So this is y. So where is y negative 2? So this one is negative 2. Then we have rise over 1, rise negative 1. So that's mean one step down, one step to the right. So one step down, okay, one step to the right. So my function will be here. So now if I graph my straight line, it should go something like this and something like that. So this is my first line in the blue color. And as you can see, if I ask you how many solutions do I have here? I have two solutions. So the first solution, okay, so the first solution is this one here, which is 0 and negative 2. And the second solution is this one here, which is 1 and negative 3. Okay. Now, let's graph the second one. Okay, so now first identify y. Y is equal negative 6. Then, after that, the slope rise over run. Okay, so rise is equal 2. We don't have, so always 2 over 1. So 2 up, 1 to the right. Here it's down because it's negative. Okay, don't forget this. Now, so let's start from the negative 6. So negative 6, it should be somewhere here. This one is negative 6. Now, 2 up, 1 to the right. 1, 2 up, 2 to the right. So my point should be here. Okay? Now, use this. Now, let's graph our line. So now if I need to graph my line, it should be something like this. Okay? So it should be something like this. And how many solution do I have? I have one solution. It's only intersect with this point here, which is 2 and negative 2. Okay, now let's graph the last one in the yellow. So now y is equal negative 5. Okay, and the slope rise over run, it's already given 1 over 2. 1 up, 2 to the right. So now let's start from negative 5. Y is negative 5 is here. Then 1 up, 2 to the right. So it should be here. Now it should goes like this one here. Now, is this one intersect with my quadratic? No. So there's no solution for this because it's not intersecting. So as I can see here, the first number 2 here, it's giving two solutions because it's two intersect. And the green one here, it's only one solution because it's giving only one intercept. Here in the yellow one, no solutions because it's not intersecting with any point with my quadratic function. No. Now, what summarize from this? Summarizing, we can use it graphically to find my solutions, to find the number of solutions that I have. Okay? Now, Solve the system of equation graphically. Graphically, okay, in this lesson, we have a graphically and we have algebraically. Okay, we have algebraically. I don't know how to write algebraically, but it's fine. Okay, now let's start here, do this one graphically. So now let's graph the first equation. So this one is in the vertex form. So the vertex form, we know the vertex form is y. What's the vertex? A x plus, oh, sorry, minus h squared plus k. So now as I can see here, h and k is always h always opposite sign, k same sign. So h is -1, k is -4. So this one is my center. Okay, let me rewrite this. Okay, now -1 and -4. Now make your table x, y. Okay, then -1, -4. Pick 2 points greater than -1, which is 0 and 1. Pick 2 points less than -1, -2, -3. Now pick continue graphing the question. Substitute the 0, which is easier to use. So if we substitute 0 here, okay, so now it will be 0 plus 1 squared minus 1. First, simplify the inside the bracket, which is 0 plus 1 is equal 1 squared minus 4. 1 squared minus 4, 1 minus 4, which is equal -3. So this one should be -3. Now replace 1 in the x here. So 1 plus 1 squared minus 4. So simplify this. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 squared minus 4. 2 squared is equal 4 minus 4 is equal 0. So this one should be 0. And this one should be -3. This one should be 0. Now let's start graph my functions. Okay, so if I have the coordinate here, okay. So now let's say this is 0. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one on the other side, -1, -2, -3, -4. Here, same thing, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, here, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's graph. Let's start from my center, -1, -4. So -1, -4. It should be somewhere here. Okay. So this one should be -1, -4. Then we have 0, -3. 0, -3 should be here. Then we have -2 and -3 should be here. Then we have 1 and 0 here. And -3 and 0 here. Now if I graph my function should look like this one here. Okay. Let me just redraw it. Okay. So now this one is my functions. Now let's graph the second functions, the linear equations. Okay, let me write it in the blue one. So this one here, let's graph this one here. First, we have the y-intercept. Y-intercept is equal -2. Now the slope, okay, the slope rise over 1. Okay, rise is 2 over 1. So 2 up, 1 to the right. So now start from -2. So this one should be negative. First assign -2, then 2 up, 1, 2, 1 to the right, so it should be here. Okay, now graph your straight line, and as you can see here, if we complete graphing my function, I'm 100% sure they also will intersect somewhere here, right? So now as you can see here, I have intersect here and I have intersect here. So let me do it in the yellow. This one intersect. This one is intersect. So how many solutions do I have? I have two solutions. Okay, what are they? Two solutions. What are they? So the first one is -3, -1, and the other one is somewhere here. I don't know, but you can know if the graph is correctly. Okay, so this is graphically. You can start do this one graphically. If you need any help, just contact me. And here also another questions. Now let's learn how we can solve the system of nonlinear algebra. And this is the important part of solving the systems, not only the graphing. First, as you can see here, we have here, this is equation, and this is the second equation. We need to equal this equation, okay? Or let's say this equation is equal y. So the first equation is x plus 1 squared minus 4. This is the first equation. Now, look to the second equation. Y is equal x minus 2. So now how can I find the solutions? I can find this one equal to this one, and I can get the two x's. Okay, one is negative, one is positive. Then I replace them, okay, in the function here, so I can know my zeros. Okay, maybe some of you teachers didn't understand what you get. Okay, focus here. So the first function is y. So let's say this is y1, this is y2. So the only thing that you have to do, y1 first equal, okay, y1 is equal y2. So y1 is x plus 1 to the power of 2 minus 4 equal 2x minus 2. Just solve this equation. So as you can see here, we can do that negative 2x, okay? And first distribute first x plus 1 squared means x plus 1, x plus 1. So x times x is equal x squared plus x times 1x plus x, 1x, 1 times x plus 1x, okay? And, sorry, and the last one, 1 times 1 is equal 1. So now 1x plus 1x, add the like term, so x squared plus 2x plus 1. So this one here. Now this is what you can see in the red color here. Now you can minus 2x from both sides, minus 2x here, okay? So you can cancel this 2 out, okay? So now it remains positive 1, negative 4 is equal negative 3. Now we add 2 for both sides, so we cancel 2. So now, as you can see here, it's equal, sorry, we need to find x, so we don't add 2. We need to minus, okay? So here we add 3, so we cancel this 2 out. Now, negative 2 plus 1, 3 is positive negative 1. Now, I have here two values. First value is x equal 1. The second value is x negative 1. So now what I have to do with this? I have to use this one and replace them in this x here. So as you can see here, okay, this is my function. So the first one, 2 times 1 minus 2. And here same thing, 2 times, now here negative 1 minus 2, which is equal negative 4. So now my first x is equal 1 and 0, so that's what you can see here. The second x is negative 1 and negative 4, that's what you can see here. Okay, let's solve this to make everything clear. So let's say this is y1, this is y2. So now the first step, y1 is equal y2. Now what's y1 is this, okay? Now, before simplify this one. So x times x is x squared, or let's say, let me write it first, then I can simplify. So y1 is x plus 4 and x plus, sorry, and x plus 1 equal y2 negative, let me change it in the different color, it should be easier to understand. So this one is number 2, so this one is y2, negative x minus 5. So now I put these two equations equal to each other. Now let's simplify. So this one, x times x, x squared, x times 1 plus 1x, okay? 4 times x plus 4x, 4 times 1 plus 4 equal. Now, add the like term, keep this one, don't change it. Okay. Now add the like term. So the like term is positive 4x, positive 1x. So x squared plus 5x plus 4 equal, okay, negative 5, negative x, negative 5. Now, what you have to do, first, let's add x for both sides, plus x, 5, sorry, plus x, and here plus x. Okay, so these cancel out, so it's remain now x squared. This is 5x plus 1x is equal 6x plus 4 equal negative 5. Now solve this. Okay, how can I solve this one here? So now take the negative 4 on the positive 4 for the other side. Okay, so now let's plus 5 plus 5 for both sides. So you cancel this 2 out. So x squared plus 6x plus 9 equal 0. Now, can you factor this? Yes, I can factor this. What are the factors of this one? What are the factors of 9 that can give, if I add them, I get 6. 3 and 3. So x plus 3, x plus 3. So that's equal. So I have now two x's, or let's say one x, because this x is equal x plus 3 equal to 0. So now I have x minus a 3. So as you can see here, I have the first x is equal negative 3. So now what I have to do with this x? Okay, so I have now to take this x and replace it in the equation here in y2. So now y2 is equal negative x minus 5. So now y2 is equal. So now replace x here. So it will be negative, okay, negative 3 minus 5. So y2 is equal negative with negative, it give you positive 3 minus 5, which is equal negative 2. Now, the point, my solutions is negative 3 and negative 2. So now if I ask what's the solution, negative 3 and negative 2. So those are my solutions. Now, here we have also some examples or some exercise. You can try to do one of them. If you need me to help you in one of them, it's fine. Okay, let's do this first question again. Okay, first, this is y1, this is y2. So y1 equal y2. So now 2x squared plus 9x plus 5 equal y2 3x minus 3. Now simplify this question so we can do, let me change the color. Okay, let me do it in the black one. So negative 3x, negative 3x. So now 2x squared plus negative 3 with 9, 6x plus 5 equal. So you cancel this out, so negative 3. Now you can do plus 3 for both sides. So you cancel this 2 out, so 2x squared plus 6x plus 5 plus 3 is equal 8, which is equal to 0. Now factor this. What are the factors of this one? Okay, now to factor this, we know that we need to multiply a with c. So now x squared plus 6x plus 16. Now, which equals 0. Now, what are the factors of 16 that give me 6? Okay, so now the factor of 16 that can give me 6 here, it could be something. Okay, let's find the 1, 16, 2, and 8. Okay, we have 3 and 6. We have also 4 and 4. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So now if you look to this one, 2 and 8 will give me 10. 6 and 3 will give me 9. 4 and 4 will give me 8. So none of these will give me 6. So what do you think we can do here to factor this? If you remember in 9.4, if you can't factor, okay, let's use now the quadratic formula. Okay, so because I can't factor this, so I have now to use the quadratic formula to find the answer. And as I can see here, the quadratic formula is first, let's find the discriminant. So we can see 2 is A, B, okay, is equal 6, C is equal 8. Now the discriminant, B squared minus 4 times A times C. So B squared is equal 6 squared minus 4 times A, which is equal 2 times C, which is 8. Now simplify this one, so it will be 36 minus 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 8, 64. Now, if we look here, 36 minus 64, you can, okay, just easy, fast way to make it easier for you. So first, we take the negative because the negative for the big number. Then 60 minus 30, which is equal what? Equal 30. Now 6 minus 4, which is equal 2. So my 30 minus 2, which is equal 28. So now the answer here should equal, okay, negative 28. Okay. Now, I told you before, if this one less than 0, so that's mean no real solution, right? So, and because I have no real solutions, so that's mean this quadratic function, okay, it should look like this. And this linear function, it will be somewhere here. So that's mean they are not intersect. No intersection, okay? No intersection, because there is no intersection, so that means no real solution for these equations. I hope you understand this, okay? And if you have any questions, please ask me, and I am happy to help anyone. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.